about that. Let me say this. That's if you believe what the writings of Moshe teach. Because that's where this is coming from. Now I know not every Bible believer takes, into consideration what Moshe knew. That's another big controversy among believers today. Under the law, not under the law, so forth and so on. But we're not going to jump on that just yet. Maybe sometime later. Another lesson. Okay? But the point being, why do you only look at the Messiah as being a conquering king? And when it comes to prophecies pertaining to the Messiah, it seems that the only ones that people focus on are the words that talk about him coming back and ruling over every other nation. When the first thought, based on what the Torah teaches, that is, the first thought that the Most High, who inspired Moshe to write everything that he wrote, the first thought he wants us to have, because another interesting point about the term HaMashiach, the Messiah, these are the only 4 times you see this term used in the whole Tanakh. The whole Tanakh. In Leviticus, the Messiah, HaMashiach. The only times you see it used are these 4 times in the book of Leviticus. So, can we take from that when Moshe wrote, because you have some people out there who only use what Moshe wrote, don't even use the prophets or the other writings. So from just taking what Moshe wrote, what we know about the Messiah, based on the use of the term, the Messiah is going to be the priest. But these are just 4. Remember, we just had over 30 when this passage or when the word Mashiach is being used. This is just 4 passages. Okay? So, let's move on. Now let's look at a few passages where the term Mashiach was used, but the person being referenced when Mashiach was used was in fact a king. So, I'm going to erase this. Let's see this. So, first passage is in 2 Samuel chapter 1, verse 14. That we're going to look at. Which reads, And David said unto him, How wast thou not afraid to stretch forth thine hand to destroy Messiah of Yahweh? Now, in your Bible, of course, in most translations, it just simply says anointed of Yahweh. Okay? But as I read the translation, the one change that I will be making is where it says anointed, I'm going to use the term Messiah because the word is Mashiach. Okay? And I think when you use the term Messiah, it has more impact, especially when you're talking about Messiah. So let me write this scripture for you. I'm going to write this one over here. 2 Samuel 1, 14. Now, for my Bible students, my Hebrew learners, I want to add something else to this one. Because in each of these passages that we're about to read, that's what it has connected to it. It has the word et connected to it. First place you see that, 2 Samuel 1:14. Okay, so let me read what it says in the Hebrew. It says, Et Mashiach Yahweh. Et Mashiach. Oh, let me put that on there too. Let's see if I can squeeze that up in here. So I'd like to see that Yod, He, Wa, He. So in 2 Samuel 1:14, it reads, Et Mashiach Yahweh. Now, it says anointed of Yahweh in the translation. So that's the first one. The second passage is in 2 Samuel chapter 1 still, and verse 16. Right, which reads, "And David said unto him, Thy blood be upon thy head, for thy mouth hath testified against thee, saying, I have slain it Mashiach Yahweh." Or in other words, I have slain the Messiah of Yahweh. Okay. So again, let me emphasize, when this term et is being used, it symbolizes a strong, get that up there for you, sign. So there's something, okay, this is a strong sign. That means, as we discussed earlier, it emphasizes, let me say it this way, it is the definite article to the 100th power, just to give you an idea. It's a strong sign. So this is like saying, the Mashiach. Okay? Next one is the 2 Samuel still. This one is chapter 19 and verse 21. Okay? Which reads, "But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, answered and said, Shall not Shimei be put to death for this? Because he cursed et Mashiach Yahweh." In other words, the Messiah of Yahweh. Now here's the question we got to ask in these three passages particularly. Why is the strong sign connected with these uses of Messiah? Because another thing you're going to find out, as far as these three scriptures go, is the only time that you see this strong sign used with Mashiach, and then also accompanied by the term Yahweh. Only time. Okay? Why is the strong sign connected with these uses of Messiah? Think about it. Pray about it. Next question. Why is the context? Now keep in mind, each of these three verses, 2 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 14, 2 Samuel chapter 1 and verse 16, 2 Samuel chapter 19 verse 21. When it uses the term Mashiach, it's talking about King Shaul, King Saul. And it's referred to him as being Mashiach or anointed. In other words, Messiah. But in each of those passages, 1, 2, 3, it mentions that the Messiah was cursed. It mentioned that the Messiah was slain. It mentioned that the Messiah was destroyed, without reading them all over again. Why? That's the question. And we sticking to the script here. Okay? We sticking to what the word teaches, and what we're doing, we are establishing sound doctrine pertaining to Mashiach, because each of these verses utilizes that term Mashiach. Now anybody who says that it's not talking about Messiah, you have to take that up with the Most High, not with me, because I didn't write none of it. I'm only telling you and repeating what we've been reading for years. So let's move on. Let's go to Lamentations chapter 4 verse 20. Let me write or remove some of this. Because now we'll see something. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 20. Which reads, "Let the breath of our nostrils, Mashiach Yahweh." That's what it says in Hebrew. Let me go back. Let the breath of our nostrils, Messiah Yahweh, was taken